Welcome to Power Talks with Santosh. Today we have with us Ms. Pirkko Liisa Kyostila, the Sergeant Affairs of Finland to Nepal. Finland has set examples for the world for having created stable and effective governments, for supporting humanitarian works worldwide, and for being an innovator in the field of technology, design and social change. Brussels has analyzed Finland for being a country with constructive silence. What does this philosophical honor mean?
Yes, this expression in fact is rooted in the mid-1990s when Finland was entering into EU. And Brussels was analyzing the then new member countries, namely Austria, Finland and Sweden. And in practice, this metaphor, constructive silence, means that we Finns, we tend to be better at listening and taking action than at talking. And we regard as well silence as part of a communication. And it means that if there are some silent moments in the conversation, we don't feel uneasy, but it's quite normal way of communicating as well. I think that in Finland now when the younger generations, when they have traveled more, they are more open, more social, and they might even master the small talk, which has traditionally not been highly valued in our country.
The concept of conversing in silence is very intriguing. Despite Finland being ranked as one of the world's most prosperous nations, and despite Finland also having several Nobel laureates within the country, Finns are very modest people. Is there any reason, cultural or historical, behind this humility or modesty?
Our history, culture and religion, as well as the unforgiving climate, are behind the set of values we have in our country. Modesty, when it's regarded appropriately, is a positive feature, and it's closely linked into our identity as a hard-working nation. We prefer to let our actions and achievements to do the talking on our behalf.
Finland is also known as a nation of ideas and innovations. How has Finland incorporated manufacturing and trade to create a strong economy?
Our emphasis has been on education and equality, and on building and maintaining good relations with our neighbors, and that has been the key to our success. It's worth noting that the transition that has taken place in Finland from an agrarian society into a modern state with high technology and comprehensive social welfare, the change has been relatively fast. It has happened after the Second World War during the last 6 decades. And when we look at the innovations, they are closely linked into the investments that Finland has made in the research and development. And in fact, the rate of investment we have made in the R&D, it's relatively high and even higher than in many other Western countries, and into good effect.
To what extent the membership of European Union has contributed to this economic growth? Let me put it this way, why is European Union important for Finland?
As we already earlier talked, Finland joined EU in 1995. In a referendum on joining the EU, 57% of people voted, or 57% of voters were in favor of the membership. Reasoning behind our membership has been always linked into the economic and security issues. It means in practice that we have an access into the EU internal markets. There are 27 member countries with the population of 500 million people, and also there is it has been a very important factor into our stable economic growth, and we appreciate very much as well the free movement of people and goods. In addition as well, euro, the common currency, it has provided further stability into our economy, and it has decreased the interest rates.
Finland currently holds the presidency of European Union in Nepal. Can you briefly highlight some major cooperation and supports for Nepal during your presidency?
Finland runs the local EU presidency on behalf of the Czech Republic until end of June. EU member countries present in Nepal, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, the UK and the Netherlands, as well as the European Commission. We all are major partners for Nepal in the ongoing development and peace process. Our support has and is mainly financial. When looked at us together, we are the major aid contributor for Nepal, if not the biggest one, in fact. During our presidency, due to the eventful spring in Nepal, EU has been very active in dialogue with all the major political partners and actors. And the EU message has been all the time the same: emphasis on cooperation, seeking for common ground and consensus, confidence building, and working for common good.
Finland's aid policy on climate change looks very promising on a global level. Due to the global warming, the Himalayas are under a huge threat. Will we see any cooperation in this sector in the future?
Finland's main activity in the climate change is going to be in the forest resource assessment. And once when we have the outcome out of this project, we will know in longer run which way Finland will be involved in the sector of climate change in Nepal. In the meantime, Finland is cooperating for establishing early warning systems with the Department of Hydrology and Meteorology of Nepal, as well as with ICIMOD.
We'll continue with our conversation after a short break. Do stay with us.
The engine of any economy is not aid.
21st century will be the century of women.
The open border, which is actually something which helps the people of both countries, is not misused by terrorists.
I don't think we have anything in Denmark that you don't have in Nepal. It's all in the mind and in the mindset.
There was a deliberate attempt by the Hamas to target civilians. And I think anywhere in the world you will not find a government that will tolerate it.